For anyone that might not know, I am Julia Carty. I am a Diamond Ambassador, and I just got back literally less than 24 hours ago from Hawaii. It was my 5th trip to Hawaii. Our company sends the top 3. So if you're Emerald, Sapphire, Diamond, they pay for a trip to Hawaii every single year. Now, a lot of people say, okay, what does that really mean? Did you really have to pay for it? So I do want to go over a few things. They give us money for our tickets. So they give us, I think Diamonds get $2,000 a ticket. So they give you money for your tickets and they pay for your entire stay. Now, food-wise, we were actually talking about this trip. They provided a lot of the food. We had dinners, we had a luau, we had breakfast. Plexus likes to call them receptions, but we've learned that means like complete meals. So, and then there's a lot of freedom because a lot of people ask, well, do you have to work while you're there? Well, of course, we do have fun meetings. They always give us gifts. This year they gave us a fabulous Tiffany's necklace. So it's just a fun perk of being a Plexus Jewel. So if you're watching this call or you're on here, I know that you are interested on, okay, how can I get to Kona? So next year's trip is to Kona. We went there about 3 years ago. So I'm super excited. So as I was sitting here thinking, I had a lot of time in the airport and just sitting and rocking Reese on the beach. So I was like, okay, what do I want to tell my team? How do I want to say, okay, you want to get to Hawaii, how do you get there? Now, sometimes I feel like a broken record. Every year we come back, we're super excited, and we say the same thing. So I really wanted to kind of look at this at a different approach because we all know that action steps get your team to build. For you to go Emerald, you have to put in the work. It's not a lottery. So I made an acrostic because that's just me and the teacher and me. So if you have a pen and paper, you can write Kona, K-O-N-A. I don't have any notes or fabulous PowerPoints, but we're going to start with K. To get to Kona, K is to keep going. You got to keep going. So, what I have seen the past 5 years is people watch our pictures, even us as Jewels, we get really excited. We go on this fabulous trip. You get excited. You're like, you know what? I have a whole year. I can be there. And we work and work and work and work. And in about 2 or 3 months, typically November, the work stops. Some of you that are seasoned might know that there's Leaders Retreat in October. A lot of people, we come back pumped up, and then the work stops. So my biggest tip is don't get super excited. Don't get on this high of, oh, I can do this. I want this. Next year we're going to be in Hawaii. And give it 2 or 3 months and quit. It's going to take longer. It takes consistency. And we know consistency is key. With that consistency, what does that look like? Consistency every day. And I'm speaking from personal experience. Every day, the action steps of posting every day, sharing stories, testimonials every single day, being consistent with your products, being a product to the product. So people look at you and say, and we're going to talk about this, you don't have to be a particular size or look. However, you do have to be in love with these products. So being consistent with the products, being consistent of training your team, of getting on trainings like this, being consistent. Now, this is something that I honestly did not struggle with at the beginning because it was fun, it was going, it was exciting, it was easy to be consistent because I saw results. And I came across a quote, and I love it. It says, consistency is harder when no one is clapping for you. You must clap for yourself during those times. You should always be your biggest fan. And I have found that to be true. When you're not winning prizes, maybe it's not a rank up month, maybe going Emerald looks really far away, or even hitting Ruby seems far away. It's hard to stay consistent sometimes, but you have got to be your biggest cheerleader. You have got to say, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be consistent. Just a little tip on how I recently, when I started realizing I'm struggling being consistent, I'm struggling being consistent posting, of even training my team, what can I do to change? And what I have found, a couple of things. I make lists. I know my list. I'm a list maker. I like to make a list so I can check it off. But time blocking. You can look up on YouTube time blocking, and you can find fabulous trainings on how to time block. But looking and saying, okay, I am going to answer messages for 30 minutes. Okay, I have 30 minutes while I'm waiting for Isla to finish ballet, and I'm going to do this. Figure out when you're going to work. What I'm working with some of my closer team members and even myself is, when are you going to work? To stay consistent, you have to have work hours. And we know we talk about balance, but today we just got home from Hawaii. So I told my family, from noon to 1, Mom has to work. Okay, from noon to 1, Mom has to work. So I know I'm working those hours. Tomorrow, I looked at my schedule. I know what's going on. I know what hours I'm going to work. So if you are struggling, like I have recently, with being consistent, every Sunday, every Monday, sit down, look at your calendar, and decide, okay, when am I going to work my Plexus business every single day? And make sure you can find 30 minutes every single day. I promise you. I have one of the busiest, we all are busy. So 30 minutes if you have to. You know what? Thursday, I know after lunch, I'm going to get 3 solid hours to get to work because I know my schedule. So schedule, you got to keep going. So when I say, okay, keep going, it's be consistent. Keep going every single day, but also when the excitement kind of fades and maybe your customer quits and maybe your new goal ambassador decides she's not going to do this, it's the holidays. And guys, the holiday season is coming up, which is exciting for Plexus, but we have to stay consistent. So to be in Kona next year, to be Emerald by July 31st, which is the cutoff date, you've got to be consistent and you've got to keep going and you got to push yourself. Okay, our next letter is K-O. Oh, I feel like a cheerleader. Is own your story. Now, I thought about this. Okay, what does it mean to own your story? Now, we're going to look at this in different ways. You might be on this call. I see some people on this call who have been with me for 5 years. You've been saying for 5 years, I'm going to be in Hawaii. I'm going to be in Hawaii. I actually saw a post of a girl saying, I've said it, for 5 years, and it still hasn't happened. Guys, own that story. Maybe you're brand new and you're sitting here, you're like, I didn't even know there was a Hawaii trip. Where's Kona? You're silver. Maybe you're not even silver yet. No matter what your story is, you can make it to Hawaii next year. And I want you to think bigger picture. Today we're talking about Hawaii, but really it's a successful, thriving business. And I want you to own your story. I don't want you to be ashamed of it. I want you to tell your team, hey guys, they know, hey, we've been in this together for 4 years. This is going to be the year. This is the year I'm going to keep going. I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to embrace it. Tell your Facebook audience. Share a picture from our team. A lot of y'all were sharing our pictures, and I love that. You know what? I've been watching, and this is my year. Who wants to come do this with me? Because to get to Emerald, to get to Kona, you got to have people who are on board. You cannot do it by yourself. So you message all your team members, anyone, maybe you don't even think they're interested in business, and say, hey, I'm setting a goal for myself. I have till July 31st. I would love for you to be in Hawaii with me. Let's do this together. Some of you that listen to some of my trainings, I always say people who first start the business have a sweet spot to say, hey, come do this with me instead of come do this for me. You could kind of recreate a sweet spot of, hey, let's do this together. And guys, I'll be honest, I wasn't even planning on saying this. I want to win Emerald on my second position because I've told my brother, I was like, okay, if I ever get Emerald on my second position, I'm going to take you and your wife, my sister-in-law. I want to use that extra room to treat them, honestly. Kids aren't going back. Don't tell them. I loved it, but they ain't going back. Not to Kona. They'll go back another year. But find out who you want to go to Hawaii with and invite them to do it with you. Okay, let's move on to owning your story. Be you on social media. I know there's tons. There was actually a social media training while we were in Hawaii, and there are great things. But I'll tell you, if you're like me, when you watch social media, sometimes it paralyzes me that I'm not someone else. I'm not putting the prettiest picture up there. I'm not putting the perfect words. Guys, be you. I was just talking to my housekeeper who's doing my Hawaii laundry. Thank Jesus. I might empty my suitcases before 2 months. But we were talking, and she just said something, and it's so true. She's like, when I see plexus, everybody, just, looks perfect, or they looked like, I always get, because a lot of our team are little, sorority sisters. Guys, that's not plexus. Be you, and sometimes that's not even attractive for people. Be you. If you are a gym rat and you have a six-pack and you love to do workouts, please post that. But be confident in you. If you're a stay-at-home mom like me, and y'all, I didn't put makeup on or brush my hair for y'all today. This is me. This is what I look like. People are attracted to you. So in this next year, be confident of who you are. Share your story. Share your plexus journey. Share who you truly are. You're the only you. And you're going to attract people like you. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. I was sitting in Hawaii talking to Kelly Godwin. She's one of our emeralds. And we were just kind of laughing because we've heard people say, I don't fit in here, or I don't belong there. We've heard people sitting at home watching the pictures, because none of us, I would venture to say the majority of people on the island felt like, I don't fit in here. Because it's such a hodgepodge of people there, from grandmothers to single, women to everyone in between. So know that there is a place for you. You just have to own your story and have to share it in this next year. I heard someone say this week, and I have little notes, y'all, because I kept hearing nuggets. I was like, I want to share this with them, is we are not brands. We are people. So, and I know we like to talk about branding ourselves, and, and I think there's some good nuggets we can get out of that. But we have to remember, we are real people. And so we don't want to let that stress us out or paralyze us. We want to be genuine and relatable to our friends. We want people to look at our products and our business and say, I want that. So that goes back to keep going, being consistent. Remember, it's scheduling. Because if you're working plexus 24/7, that's not how you get to Kona. Yes, you have to work hard, but we don't want you to be all plexus. We want you to be you. We want you to be that soccer mom. We want you to be that room mom, that maybe you're a pharmacist. Maybe you have a full-time teaching job. You continue to do that and just add plexus to it and show people how that can be done. Okay. A little quote. I was trying to end every little point with a quote. It's by Brene Brown. She's a lot of people's favorite. It says, when we deny our story, it defines us. When we own our story, we can write a brave new ending. And I like that. When you embrace who you are and who you are in this business and who you are in these products, you have the power of the way the narrative goes. So be sure to own you and own your story. And last nugget here, guys. Own who you are with these products. And this is something, when I was writing this, y'all, I get convicted of like, oh my goodness, most of you do not know, because I have not shared it, y'all, that I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease over a year ago, guys. I've never shared that. I've never shared how these products have helped with those symptoms. Why? Busyness and laziness and managing my team. I have missed out on probably a lot of people whom these products could have helped with the same exact diagnosis I have. Honestly, and I'm just being honest with you, because I've spent my time managing my team, which many of you might not be doing that. But honestly, just staying busy, doing busy. Stop being busy and share your story, because that's what's going to connect with people and get people loving these products, because these products work, and loving this business. Okay, so that's O. Next one is N. N is no. Okay, so I realize I have one that just woke up. No starts with a K, I know, but it's, phonics, N, no, it went with it. So no. Know your people. This might be the most important of, obviously there's only 4 points because there's 4 letters in Kona, is know your people. I cannot stress this. First one is know your audience. When you make a post, you need to be thinking, okay, who is reading this post, and will this attract them to it? Who is your ideal customer? Who is your ideal teammate? And every time you post on social media and you're sharing the products in the stories, be geared to them. And I've been saying this for years. Like, don't only post 20-year-old workout CrossFit. Like if I only did that, I would have no customers. I promise you, that is not my audience. My audience is the 40-year-old stay-at-home mom. You know, now that's not to mean never to change it up sometimes, but know pretty much who your audience is. Know who your potentials are. Have that dream team list, guys. If you do not have a list, I know we say it every training is that leads you didn't know you have that filled out. There's no reason. If you want to get to Kona, that list better be growing every single week. And I have a whole nother training on how to grow that list. But main focus, know your customers, know your ambassadors. And what I mean by that, and again, I'm sitting here guilty, is don't get too busy that you are not talking to them monthly, if not weekly, if not daily. Now, customers you wouldn't talk to daily. Know them. Know their health goals. Do not let an auto ship go by. Do not let them just keep getting the same products without checking into them and say, oh, I see that you got your triplex again. Tell me, how's it working for you? What health, know them. I promise you, they will stick around a lot longer when you're taking care of them and you're helping tweak their regimen. Know your customers, know your ambassadors, know their health goals and their business goals. I'll tell you, when I was doing my little calendar this morning, on my calendar, and some of you might be listening to this, is to reach out to some of my business builders and say, okay, what's your business goals from now to December? And don't you give them their business goals, y'all. I've done that before. Hey, Tara, okay, I need you to go goal by December. Okay, let's see how we're going to do it. No, say, Tara, what's your business goal? Then you can take her business goal, and sometimes it's funny. People will be like, I want to go silver in 5 months. Then you kindly say, you know what? Build some belief in them. I think you can go silver this month. Let's see how we can do that. Does that make sense? Don't give people their goals. Let them give you your goals and then help coach them. Because we want them to be realistic. So know your people. There's a rule, some of you might have heard it, it's 80-20. Love your 80, lead your 20. Meaning you will be burnt out. There's no way you can keep a schedule if you try to lead everyone. Not everyone wants to be led. Some people just want to be loved. Some people just want that text once a month and say, hey, thank you for the order. Let me know if you want to try our new, I can't tell you our new product, but that. You love them. You tell them about the new products. You tell them about the free shipping. That's loving. Leading is saying, hey, Ashley, I'm going to have an online event next Thursday. Can I help you write a list of who you can invite and give you some scripts of how to invite them? Does that make sense? Know your people. Amazing customer service is the quickest, best way to build a growing, thriving team and to be in Kona next year. And I love this quote because it's so true. The best advertising you can have is a loyal customer who spreads word about how incredible your business is. Guys, I can't name how many times people who I thought just quit, who didn't want my products, who have sent me people because of the way I took care of them. Maybe they decided Plexus wasn't for them, but they sent me other customers and sent me other ambassadors because of the way I took care of them. And that's not on my own horn. I've honestly slacked lately. So let's do this together. Let's give great customer service. Let's know our team and let's help them make goals and build them up. So that's no. And the last one is A, is achieve small goals. I am an action set person. Another favorite quote of this whole business the past 5 years is small goals build big belief. You want to go emerald and you're sitting at silver? You got to build some small goals, okay, girls? If you're a senior ruby and you want to go emerald, you do it by making small goals. So what are small goals? It's the basic. You knew it was coming. Go silver every month. You've got to keep recruiting. Who you have that got you to senior ruby or gold is not going to get you to emerald. You have to personally be recruiting. And I'll tell you, this is the hardest part to me of the business, is doing KON, knowing my people, good customer service, owning my story, sharing, being consistent, plus also bringing new members in and training them. But you've got to go silver and you've got to get your people silver. We know it statistically. That is how people stay around. So if you're not doing those two people, it's just going to be, you're going to kind of be, I'm not going to use the word, you're going to stay at the same place because you're going to bring people in and then the people are going to go out. That makes sense. So small goals build big belief. Let's talk about some other small goals. Look at, really take time tonight and think, what do I struggle with? What are my weaknesses in this business? Is it posting consistently? Okay, I'm going to make a goal to post 5 days a week. Okay, that's a small goal. I'm going to reach out to 5 people a day, 5 new people a day. I hate cold messaging, but I'm going to make a goal, 5 people a day. I'm going to make a goal to work my business. You know what? I want to be in Kona. So no more 30 minutes a day. I want to talk to my husband and see if I can really give this an hour a day and see what happens. I want to see what happens if I give this an hour in the morning, an hour at night. Whatever works for you. That's the beauty of this business. Small goals. Another small goal, guys, we're having a gold retreat. Every single person listening to this, if you're under Julia Cartee, we're having a gold retreat, and you are all invited to Orlando. You just got to get yourself there. Everything else will be free. Make it your goal. If you're Ruby or Senior Ruby, make a small goal that, you know what, I'm going to leaders retreat. I probably don't need to go to a gold retreat. However, I want to take 3 teammates to that gold retreat and pour into them. Use us. Use our stuff to train your team and to hype them up. Because guess what? If you get 3 people to gold retreat in January, February, can't remember the dates, guess what? That's going to give you so many months to help them go Senior Gold Ruby, and you'll be in Kona next year. That's why we're doing it. So make those small goals. And I'll tell you, with small goals, some of you, your love language is prizes and gifts. Give yourself something. Say, you know what? When I go gold, I've got to go gold. I'm going to go gold by Halloween. That would be a good goal right now. I'm going to go gold by Halloween. If I go gold, I'm going to go buy myself that pair of shoes I've been eyeing. Okay? Like, give yourself small goals of prizes. I have to do that. Okay, when I hit Senior Ruby, I have worked hard. I'm going to hit Senior Ruby by Valentine's Day. That way it'll give me a lot of months to hit Emerald. I am going to plan a spa day with me and my best friend. Like, have small little perks. That's helped me along the way. Y'all, I still do that. I'll tell you, I want Invisaligns. I know I'm Diamond Pay. I could just go do it. But no, it's a lot more fun when I say, when my points hit this, I'm going to go get me Invisaligns. I'm being very transparent with y'all today. Y'all caught me on a good day. But have small goals, have small prizes that will remember back to the first quote. It's hard to stay consistent when nobody's clapping for you. It's hard to stay consistent when you feel like you're not winning the prizes, or maybe you didn't go on that Hawaii trip and you've been trying for years. Make your own small little prizes, okay? Attainable, okay? So small goals build big belief. And remember, we're going to take this back to our team when we're leading that 80% or that 20%. Now, I was going to have one little point. Could also be attitude. And this is where we're going to stop. It is life. We all know it is 90% your attitude. I want you, when you get off this call, to look through the Facebooks or even think about the jewels that you know personally. And think about what it took for them to get there. I think about Lindsay Russell. I think about Rebecca, Brandy Walker. I think about Jessica Heffley, Tamara Holly. I just think about friends that I have. Were they consistent? Absolutely. Did they make a plan? And did they make goals? Did they make small goals and hit them? And then, yes, they did. They were not emerald overnight. Did they own their story and share it? Yes, they did. However, what everybody has in common on that island was their attitude. They decided they were going to do this, and they were going to do it well. Now, I'm not saying we're all human. We have our bad days. We have our bad seasons. But they had the attitude, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to find the people that want to do it with me. Successful people attract successful people. If you are, and attitude is just contagious. I mean, I think, I always say, excitement is contagious. It's the same thing. Attitude is contagious. If you're excited, if you're like, I'm going to do this, and when somebody quits, instead of like, always vent up, but then you go to your team, you know what? I had a customer quit, but you know what? I'm going to get, I just got 2 new customers. Switching that narrative around, guys, that is key. And I can really point out to the people who are really thriving right now, non-jewels on my team, it's their attitude. It's their attitude that has kept them going and their team going and their team growing, even when they've gone through seasons of drought. So make sure, check your attitude. And guys, I'm not a counselor. I can't sit here and I know that life happens. But if you're wondering, you're like, Julia, I'm doing all this, check your attitude and check the way people are perceiving you. There are two things that you're in control of in this life, and that's your attitude and your effort. So if I had to sum up this whole how to get to Kona, that would be the two things. You are in control of this, your attitude and your effort. And, you know, we have tons of trainings on action steps and time management. And I say, go. Guys, that's your effort. Going out there and seeing your weakness and learning more and being better at that. But I know that anyone that wants to be in Maui, or we're not going to Maui, Kona next year can be there. But it is really determined on your attitude and your effort. So when these new products start dropping, you better get excited, okay? Get excited. They're great. You're going to be genuinely excited. But you better, if you're just a little bit excited, guess what? Your team's going to be a little bit. And guess what? With this, we have a few more days of the month left. Yep, it's the 24th. I'll tell you, I got back last night and I started making graphics for my level ones who's earned the jewelry, the Maui jewelry. Okay, do you know that my level ones who've earned the jewelry are almost, their teammates are earning it. But my level ones who just keep ignoring me if I ask them, how's it going? Guess what? None of their teammates are earning it. Your team is going to be a diluted version of you. They are. They're going to be a diluted version of you. So if you want to go to Hawaii, you need to spark. You need to get them excited. You need them to see that this is your goal. Don't be timid. Own your story. Don't say, like, I'm not going to put it out there because what if I don't make it? No. Tell them now, we're going to be in Hawaii. I want you to be in Leaders Retreat next year. I'm going to be in Hawaii. You know, make it however you want it. They're going to be a diluted version of you. So if you're not adding people, if you're not doing the work, if you're not winning these small prizes, most likely your team's not going to either. Okay? So I hope this helped. I kept it under 30 minutes, so I'm super proud of myself. And I have recorded, and please, I'm going to post this on my page, and I would love just to hear like one nugget, because I like constructive criticism. I want to know what has helped, and I want to know your goals. So thank y'all for coming, and I'll download this right now, so it'll be up in probably the next 30 minutes. Bye, y'all.